Hello everyone, it's Dane Olesen with another video for the Duchenne Exchange. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing well. Okay, today I am going to talk about my 7th principle to live by and my 10 principles to live by. This principle is be mindful and thoughtful to others. In life, why not be nice to people? Especially the people that help you, the people that are your caregivers or your parents or a relative or anyone that helps you in your life. You need to be very nice to them, because the nicer you are to them, they're going to treat you nicer, just the way the world works. It's not just there. It's not just treat everyone nicely. Treat your colleagues, treat your friends in school, treat the people in life with respect, treat others with respect. I've taught that in some of my other principles, so I'm not going to dig too deep into that today, but you should always be nice to the people who help you. And you should always be nice to anybody, because you can make anyone's day by just being nice to them. It's a very important aspect of life. But I am going to go talk a little bit about volunteering for something. Volunteering to do something for the greater good. It's a very heartwarming thing to do, and it'll make you feel good. I'm going to take you back to 2017 when I went to my neurologist and he asked me if I wanted to be a tester for a robotic arm for the wheelchair. And he had told me that they're looking for someone to volunteer their time to help test a robotic arm that's mounted on a wheelchair. And they asked if I would be interested in doing that and being in a TED Talk to actually demo the robotic arm to the world for a TED Talk. TED Talks are viewed around the world, and it's a very big honor when they asked me that. I was like, of course I want to help, but that's not the only reason why I helped. I helped because I know that a robotic arm mounted on a wheelchair could help a lot of us, especially the arm that we designed, actually. This arm was a robotic arm that used augmented reality. So by just looking through glasses, you could actually move the robotic arm the way you needed to. And with the system that they designed also, you could program things in your house to operate a certain way with the robotic arm. So anytime you went into a view and it recognized a dot on one of your instruments, say the coffee pot or the refrigerator, you could actually use that, program that arm to know what to do with that coffee pot or with that refrigerator. You would know, the system will ask you, what would you like to do with this object? And you could program it to open your refrigerator door. You could program it to pick up a soda or pick out a drink out of the refrigerator. You could program it to close the lid on your coffee pot so you can brew a cup of coffee. And of course you could pick the cups up with the arm. And this was an experimental system, so they had to develop the system within 6 weeks of being contracted to do it. And I went there and they went over the demo with me and they showed how it worked, and they were amazed at how I could understand the system so well. Well, what they didn't realize is that I am an electromechanical engineer, and I've been an engineer for 20 years. So when I went in there and I saw the system, it was very complex, but it was the same kind of system that I worked with all my life. So it wasn't that difficult for me to get up to speed with the system. And I was actually able to help them a lot with developing the system and actually giving them pointers on the interface and just a lot of insight with my engineering background. I was able to help them a lot further than they thought I could. I wasn't just a tester. I was actually part of their team to help develop this system. That was a great honor, and I volunteered my time. I went up there for 3 hours, 3 times a week for about 6 weeks. I guess I went up there like 18 times, I think, for 3 hours each time. And it was awesome to spread the knowledge I had, to actually help with being in a wheelchair and not being able to use my arms too well, to show them the actual use of this arm and how it'll benefit a lot of people, especially people that have limited arm use. I was very happy at the end of this. We went and demoed it at the Superpowers event, the TED Talk Mid-Atlantic on October 28th in 2017. It was either the 27th or 28th. I have to look that up, but I'll include the link below, and I hope you enjoyed that video. But if you have an option, you have an opportunity to go volunteer your time to do something, especially to help develop systems for something in the future, something that's going to help mankind and help people maybe in your same condition. Like for me, I have Duchenne. I could just imagine how many of you it would help